My wonderful and beautiful wife had me read this book. It's called Boy Mom. And as many of you know, I'm raising three boys. I have three sons. And what it highlighted to me was something that I feel like we can't ignore. It was highlighting how our boys are more socially withdrawn, that we're really attached to our digital life. Like we are, whether it's your cell phone, whether it's gaming, like the boys are entrenched in it. They're lacking fewer deep friendships. And honestly, a lot of the boys are emotionally suppressed. And the data that they put in this book to illustrate that was clear. The mental health of our boys, they're three times more likely to commit suicide. All these worries were amplified during post-pandemic. So this is a real concern, or at least when I used to do as kids, we'd play outside, we'd hang out together, we'd be involved in sports, you'd have tons of social interactions. And now we're seeing more and more of our youth hold back. Like they were quoting and interviewing folks that were just really entrenched in online communities, staying at home, being on their phones up to 8 hours a day. And obviously having mental health issues, not in shape, not feeling good about themselves. And so this is just small examples of how entrenched this issue really is. And raising sons too, when you look at the school system, and I'm not faulting anybody, but just the way it's set up, it's not built for boys. We're having way less gym time. We're not moving our bodies as much. You're supposed to sit down in class, not disrupt, not move your body, be super attentive, be obedient. It's just not designed for boys as well as it used to be or could be. I saw this pod or listened to this pod with Scott Galloway, and so I haven't vetted this, but he was saying like if you go to a boys' school, they have two times as much time for recess and activity as regular school. And just this goes to show it like what a lot of the young boys that we're dealing with are up against. And then there's a whole this is the part that got me really like deeply was the almost like the emotional skills within our boys. Like we're always taught to tough it out, don't show weakness. And this is how I was raised as well. But they're having less social connections, less outlets for these emotional concerns. And so because a lot of their relationships are at a buddy level or at a superficial level, or where they're not having those deep conversations, where they're not feeling comfortable opening up, this just leads to worsening mental health issues. It's and they're not developing these skills moving forward. And so the ironic thing is this seems to really mirror what I'm seeing with our middle-aged guys too. Shout out to Eric and the Foundry and my boys at Longship that are really trying to overcome this issue within older adults, so older men, is that we don't connect. We don't know how to make friends. We stay guarded. We stay at that buddy phase. We don't get beyond that phase of, hey, how you doing? That superficial talk. We don't talk about some of our deep rooted issues. And I think we need to do better. I know we need to do better. You guys might be asking, like, why is Dr. K talking about this ICU doc that focuses on preventative health? I think it just all links up. It all ties together. When I look at our boys and when their mental health and their lack of ability to connect is not being fostered, their physical health gets compromised too. They're less active. They're less likely to take care of their bodies, to want to work out, to get outside and really do all the things that's going to prevent them from getting sick, eating better. All these things are tied to your mental health. So, and to be honest with you, when we're talking middle-aged guys, well, like look at your typical dad bod or a dad from between ages 40 and above. A lot of us are carrying that extra weight, beer gut, not knowing where to start. I mean, this is why we wrote the book, Prevention Over Prescription, to help guide these things. I really want to highlight this because I feel like there's something we could do about it. I really do feel like there's something we could do about it early in our kids' lives. And I'll tell you how I'm looking at things differently. Number one, I'm really encouraging my kids and myself to foster real friendships. And as a parent, I'm starting to create those opportunities. I'm being less passive about it. My boys are home from school. It's a Friday night. What's Ricky doing? What's O-Town doing? What's Jamal doing? Let's get them over to the house. Let's have them over for pizza. Let's create an atmosphere where you guys are going to be connected. With the phones down, playing outside, being active. I'll play with the boys if needed to get them going. but really trying to encourage that environment where they're connecting, where they are being with each other, and hopefully create a safe space where they, if they need to open up about anything, they can. And also, as parents, when our kids do open up, that's when you got to put your phone down. That's when you got to really listen and be engaged and create that psychological safety for them to really give them the sense that this is part of an important part of who you are, and to be a man, boy, girl, human is to be able to have that ability to talk about some of the deeper issues. And so one of the things that I often talk about, which bless my wife for really exemplifying this, is modeling it ourselves. So as parents, being willing to show our emotion when we're upset, to talk about some of the tougher issues, whether it's with our partner or with our kids, but to be the change, be what we model the behavior that we would want to see from our own kids. Because I think it's one thing to say it, which only goes so far, but if they're seeing that this is a behavior, this is a way of approaching life that is safe and has value, I think this goes a long way. And we talk about it with our physical health all the time. Like in my house, we work out, we eat well. We don't need to talk about it all the time because they see it. This is part of who we are. That's part of our identity. And this to me is the path forward, is really showing, being the change and exemplifying what the expectations are. And so like all the dads out there that are listening, all six of you, connect, be open, be vulnerable. As a guy, I feel like this is a hard thing for me to do. It's not easy, but it's important. And if we care about the future of our youth, I think we gotta step up in that way. I gotta step up in that way. And like this is like, I really think that the boys, a lot of men, boys, young adults are struggling. And I just want you guys to pay a little bit more attention to it, be active in terms of how we could do something about it. I don't know, anti-feminist or something like that. Like, this is not the intention here. This is an issue that I see front and center. And what we do about on this show is we talk about these hard things, and but we talk about ways to address it. We talked a lot of times about what we see with the middle-aged women and the advocacy we're doing there. And right now, at least on this platform, I feel this is important enough to really highlight it. It really came to me when, not only from the book that my wife brought me, but an article or an interview I did with CFRA, I should say, highlighting some of these concerns and the fact that our federal government feels like it's an issue that we need to address front and center. That says a lot. So we're here. We're going to have these tough conversations, and I encourage y'all, have those real conversations with your friends. Actually, I'm going to ask you. You can put it in the comments, folks. When was the last time you had a real conversation with a friend? And if you haven't in a while, reach out. Hope this was helpful. Thanks for listening. Stay tuned.